Voting is now officially underway in the United States, with several states already casting their ballots. While we begin the long wait for the final results, Newzroom Afrika's Mnisi joins me in studio to explain just how close this election really is. Linda.
Indeed, Bravo, a close election as Americans have already started taking to the ballot in what has been described as one of the most consequential elections in the U.S. yet. And I want us to start by taking a look at the candidates. Kamala Harris, who is representing the Democrats. You'd recall that when she came into this race, it was following President Joe Biden pulling out after mounting pressure over his age and his health and all those issues. And at the time, Bravo, you'd recall that people said, well, it may be a little bit too late, but you would have seen the polls are suggesting otherwise. She's going against Donald Trump, who's representing the Republicans. He's coming back for the second time, a second non-consecutive term, and they've been having campaign trails, and one of the last ones took place yesterday. I want us to take a listen to what Donald Trump had to say to his followers.
We're really, well, look, the ball's in our hand. All we have to do is get out the vote tomorrow. You get out the vote, they can't do anything about it, we win. Just so you know, if we show up, they can't win. They can't. They mathematically can't win because they're so far behind. If you don't show up, if you vote for Lion Kamala, you will have 4 more years of misery, failure, and disaster our country may never recover from. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. I love you. I love you all.
Donald Trump, they're addressing supporters, saying that they're going to make America great today. But what makes the U.S. Elections interesting is the issue of numbers and their electoral system. You'd recall, they don't vote like we do, Bravo, where we vote for a political party and the political party that has most votes takes all. They use what they call the Electoral College system. And essentially, they have about 50 states. And in these 50 states, there are about 538 electors that represent each of those states. Those electors are chosen based on the population size. And what these candidates need is about 270 of those Electoral College votes. Let's take a look. In 2020, you'd see there, Joe Biden got about 306 of those votes, and Donald Trump getting 232, which obviously means that Joe Biden would have won that particular election. And it goes as far as looking at the number of electors. So a candidate would need half plus 1, which is 269 votes plus 1, which makes up for that 270. But it all boils down, Bravo, to what is referred to as swing states. These are states that are not necessarily blue or red states, and they determine really how the election will go. And this year, they make about 18% of the total population. Again, let's make reference to 2020, the swing states there. You see, representing blue is Joe Biden, who won 6 of those, and Donald Trump taking about 1. So all of these states become quite important. There are about 7 this year that may determine who wins this presidential race. But of course, they've been on a campaign trail pitching to voters what they will do for their country. And I want us to take a look at those particular policies that they speak about. Immigration, you'd recall, for Donald Trump, even during his presidency, immigration has been a big talking point. Now he promises to complete the construction of a U.S.-Mexico border wall, while Kamala Harris has vowed to take on the cartels of human trafficking. And throughout this campaign trail, Bravo, you would have heard issues around taxes. And for Donald Trump, he says he plans to double down on his previous tax cuts, while Kamala Harris wants to raise taxes on big business and Americans making more than $6.9 million per year. And of course, another issue that has been big for Kamala Harris, abortion rights. Kamala Harris says she wants to continue to call for a woman's right or rather women's rights to choose to be legally protected across the USA. While Donald Trump says he is calling for strict limits to abortion, but insists he will not sign a national abortion ban. So these are the policies that they've been pitching to voters throughout this campaign trail. But like we've been saying, Bravo, it really is a tight race, and there are no clear indications at this point who will take it. And I want us to take a look at the polls and what they are suggesting at this point. I mean, if you look at Kamala Harris, 48.91, while Donald Trump is sitting at 47.71. These are the pollings. The publication that did this has been looking at all the polls that have been coming out of the USA, and it really is a nail-biting one. And it's quite clear from these polls, at least, that whoever takes it, Bravi, will really be making it by the skin of their teeth. So they're currently voting, and that's how it's going.
It's the closest it has been in a very long time in the United States. Of course, I mean, our teams on the ground, Tolim Gambi, Zianda Ngobo, will be bringing us the latest. In fact, the pictures you are seeing right now on your screen are live visuals from the United States of America, where people are voting. And in a short while, we will be speaking to our team that is on the ground inside the United States, and that's Tolim Gambi and Zianda.
Indeed, Bravo. It's going to be quite an interesting one and a long road before the president is inaugurated, especially in light of the fact that they're using the Electoral College voting system, which does not necessarily mean if a candidate has more votes, then they ultimately win the election. But it all boils down to those Electoral College votes.
Indeed, in what is the closest election to have ever been held in the United States in a very long time.